Commission members, Chair Eaton, thank you for the opportunity to address you this morning. I will be speaking to item 7 of the agenda, the request for proposal McLoughlin Point Wastewater Treatment Plant. As you are aware, the application for rezoning of McLoughlin Point property for the wastewater treatment plant was received by Esquimalt staff on January 30th, 2013. This rezoning application is complex and will require an amendment to our official community plan. These applications, as you can understand, take time. They require a process of public and affected interest group consultation, advisory planning commission review, design review committee review, and most importantly, the public ability to provide input through the process, and particularly the opportunity within a public hearing opportunity. The rezoning process is one of the strongest rights of a municipality within local government legislation. Our courts recognize that zoning bylaws are the law of the land, and with the same force and effect as if they were statutes enacted either by the provincial legislature or the federal parliament. The community charter states in section 1(2)(b) that the provincial government recognizes that municipalities require authority to determine the public interest of their communities within a legislative framework that supports balance and certainty in relation to the differing interests of their communities. There are many sections of the local government legislation that I could continue to recite that support the significance of the zoning process for a local government. As well, the process taken for developing the official community plan extends over a few years, and the OCP is usually the community guide for a 10-year period. This is the overall vision for a municipality, one which has been developed with extensive community engagement. OCP changes are not taken lightly. The McLoughlin rezoning application was received on January 30th, 2013. Because of a committee decision here at CRD, the original date for community group consultation scheduled for February 21st was canceled and not rescheduled until May 27th. After the design appeared in the newspaper and was criticized by the public, the CRD asked for the application to be put on hold while it did more design work. In addition, CRD did not do any work on the application during the provincial election. This, of course, affected the drafting of reports and bylaws by staff, even though township staff proceeded with the referrals, and the CRD's request further delayed the cycle of meetings for the APC, which is Advisory Planning Commission, and Council, which normally need to take place within this process leading up to a public hearing. This meant that the public hearing would not occur until possibly September, after Council's customary summer recess. At a recent meeting of the committee and the board, the schedule to move forward with the RFP process for McLoughlin for early July was approved. This would mean that within the current process, Esquimalt's input on the design guidelines and the input from our Advisory Planning Commission and Council, and most importantly, the public, would occur well beyond the RFP being let. No input from the community, who is the potential host for this project. I opposed this decision when it came to the CRD, and I'm here to request that you consider the value of the community input prior to letting out the RFP for McLoughlin site. Consider the message that this sends to the host community, that your input is not necessary or valued. That is the message that has been sent. Esquimalt is important to this process. We should be a significant part of this process. Our input should be valued and included for the proponents to go forward. Council, at its first available time, determined that this was not acceptable, and the following motion is approved and brought forward to our next Council meeting. The resolution is, in response to the CRD's intention to put forward an RFP in early July, that Council directs staff to expedite the consideration, including further public input of McLoughlin Point rezoning and the OCP amendment bylaws prior to Council's summer recess, and that Council rise and report on this resolution. Esquimalt Council and staff have understood the importance of this process for our public and our municipality. I'm asking you to also consider and understand the value of this to Esquimalt. To release this RFP for proposal prior to Esquimalt's participation is to say, in effect, we do not need your input and we do not value your participation. Please consider Esquimalt's decision to expedite the process so that a public hearing can be scheduled in July before the summer recess in your deliberations in releasing the RFP for McLoughlin Point. Thank you very much.